You have a job that pays your rent and not much else. You have watched every video about passive income. Most of them were made by people whose passive income is selling you a course about passive income. So let us do something different. 10 businesses one person can run, ranked from the most overhyped to the best. Number 1 is the one every guru mentions first. Number 10 is the one almost nobody talks about. It is also the only one on this list where your income can grow while your work stays flat. You are not getting into real estate. You are not opening a restaurant. You do not have family money. Fair enough. None of these require any of that. One real person, one real method, no course link. Print on demand. You upload a design to a platform like Merch by Amazon or Redbubble. When someone orders a shirt, the platform prints it and ships it. You never touch inventory. Most sellers earn almost nothing because the market is flooded with millions of low-effort designs competing on the same keywords. You open Canva or Adobe Illustrator. You make a design. You upload it with a title and keywords. Then you wait. Amazon's royalty on a standard tee at the $19.99 price point is roughly $5 to $7 per shirt. That is, per Amazon's own royalty calculator. Redbubble lets you set a markup over a base price. The default margin works out to roughly 20% of the retail price. Those numbers sound fine until you realize how few shirts most people actually sell. There is no reliable public data on median seller income. Spend 10 minutes on Reddit, and you will find thousands of people reporting under $100 a month. It costs nothing to start if you use free tools. Maybe up to $100 if you buy a month of Illustrator and some stock graphics. The first customer comes from Amazon search. Someone types funny fishing shirt, and your design shows up, or it does not. No special license is needed. You will get a $10.99 for your royalties. You owe self-employment tax on net earnings over $400 per year, per IRS rules. The trap is saturation. Millions of people upload generic quote shirts. The niches that convert are weirdly specific. Think retired postal worker who loves kayaking. Most people give up after uploading 50 generic designs and earning $4. $5 a shirt is real money if you sell 1,000 shirts, but most people never get there. Stock photography also pays per download, and the individual payouts are even smaller. But the asset you build lasts longer than any shirt design. You take photos or shoot short video clips and upload them to licensing marketplaces like Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, and iStock. Buyers, usually marketers and designers, pay to download your files. Each download pays a small royalty. The work is completely front-loaded. One photo can sell hundreds of times over several years without you touching it again. You can start with a smartphone you already own. A used mirrorless camera and a basic lens run about $150 to $300 on eBay. Shutterstock pays contributors based on a lifetime earnings tier. Payouts per image download can range from roughly 15 cents on the low end to a few dollars on the high end. That depends on your tier and the license type, per Shutterstock's published contributor earnings page. Adobe Stock pays 33% of the license price, per Adobe's contributor FAQ. The first customer finds you through the platform's search engine. A graphic designer types small business owner at laptop and your image appears, or it does not. No license needed to sell stock photos. You do need a signed model release for any recognizable person in your photos and a property release for certain private properties. The trap is that tiny per download payouts discourage people before they build a large enough portfolio. Most contributors quit after 100 uploads. The math only works at scale, typically 500 or more high-quality files. Can you make passive income with an affiliate marketing website? Yes, you can. You build a niche website that ranks in Google search for product-related questions. When a visitor clicks your affiliate link and buys something, you earn a commission. The traffic is free. The income recurs as long as the page ranks. A domain costs about $12 a year through Namecheap. WordPress hosting starts around $3 to $4 a month, but the honest timeline is 3 to 9 months before you see meaningful traffic. New domains have zero authority in Google's eyes. Amazon Associates pays 1 to 4.5% commission on most common physical product categories. Some specialty categories like luxury beauty pay more. That is, per Amazon's published commission schedule. Authority Hackers surveyed affiliate marketers in 2023, and what they found was that the median annual income among respondents was in the low thousands. Most respondents had 2 or more years of experience. So this is not fast money. The first customer comes from Google Organic Search. Someone types best budget office chair for back pain, and your review article shows up. They click your link and buy the chair. The FTC requires clear disclosure of affiliate relationships on every page. No license needed beyond that. The trap is Google algorithm updates. The September 2023 Helpful Content Update devastated thousands of small affiliate sites overnight. Sites lost 50 to 90% of their traffic in a single update. No warning and no appeal. Affiliate sites can earn real money, but you are always one algorithm change away from zero. Number 4. How much money can you make self-publishing on Amazon KDP? Kindle Direct Publishing lets you publish ebooks and paperbacks with no upfront printing cost. You write a book, upload it, set a price. Amazon handles printing, delivery, and payment. Low-content books like journals, planners, and puzzle books require almost no writing. It costs $0 to $50 to get started. Free if you format everything yourself and use Canva for the cover. Maybe $50 if you hire a cover designer on Fiverr. KDP pays a 35% royalty on ebooks priced below $2.99. It pays 70% on ebooks priced between $2.99 and $9.99. That is per Amazon's published KDP pricing page. Most self-published authors earn under $1,000 per year. Industry surveys consistently show that the median is very low, though the top 10% can earn significantly more. The first customer comes from Amazon Search. Someone types anxiety journal for teens, and your book appears, or it does not. No license needed. Copyright belongs to you automatically. The trap is that the low-content book gold rush peaked around 2021. Amazon has cracked down on AI-generated spam. Accounts get flagged or terminated for publishing dozens of nearly identical books. The sellers who earn consistently treat this like a real publishing business. Number 5. Digital templates on Etsy. You create downloadable files like Canva templates, Notion templates, spreadsheet budgets, resume layouts, or printable wall art. You list them on Etsy. Buyers pay, get an instant download. You never ship anything. One template can sell thousands of times. This costs almost nothing to start. Canva is free. An Etsy listing costs 20 cents per Etsy's published fee schedule. Etsy charges a 6.5% transaction fee plus payment processing. The first customer comes from Etsy Search. Someone types wedding invitation template Canva, and your listing appears. Etsy reported approximately 92 million active buyers in 2023 per Etsy's annual SEC filing. That is a massive built-in audience. The average order value was roughly $28 to $30 per the same filing. Digital template buyers on Etsy are used to spending real money, no license needed. If you sell Canva templates, you must follow Canva's licensing terms. You can sell editable templates, but not finished designs as your own. The trap is copying. Successful designs get cloned within weeks by competitors using AI tools. Sellers who last long-term build a recognizable brand and a large catalog instead of relying on 2 viral listings. Digital templates beat KDP because the average order value is higher and there is zero fulfillment cost. but you still depend on one marketplace and its rules. Number 6, faceless YouTube channels. You create videos without showing your face. Stock footage, screen recordings, whiteboard animation, AI voiceover. The channel earns from AdSense, sponsorships, and affiliate links. One video can generate ad revenue for years after you upload it. It costs $0 to $150 to start. DaVinci Resolve is free. A stock footage subscription and an AI voiceover tool like 11 Labs might run $150, but YouTube requires 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours before you earn a single dollar from ads. That is per YouTube's published monetization policies. Most people quit before they hit that threshold. YouTube pays creators 55% of ad revenue. Average CPM in the United States, meaning cost per thousand views, ranges from roughly $4 to $12 depending on the niche. Finance and business niches tend toward the higher end. The revenue you actually see per thousand views is lower because YouTube takes its cut first. A single video getting 100,000 views in a business niche could earn $300 to $600, and it keeps earning every month it gets views. No license needed. The trap is burnout before monetization, which means months of unpaid work. The channels that succeed treat the first 50 videos as an investment. YouTube has a higher ceiling than any marketplace model so far. The algorithm distributes your content to new people for free, but only after a long ramp-up. Number 7, selling online courses on Udemy. You record a video course teaching one specific skill: Excel for beginners, Python for data analysis, watercolor painting. Udemy handles marketing, payment, and hosting. Students find you through Udemy's search engine. You earn a share of each sale, and the course stays listed indefinitely. This costs $0 to $75. A USB microphone like the Fifine K669 runs about $20 to $30. Screen recording software like OBS is free. Udemy reported more than 60 million students and over 200,000 courses per their public investor materials. That is your built-in audience. The first sale can happen within weeks of publishing. Udemy pays instructors 37% of revenue from organic sales on the platform. They pay 97% from sales through your own coupon links. But Udemy runs frequent site-wide sales where course prices drop to $10 to $15, regardless of your list price. Your $100 course will almost always sell for $10 to $15 during those sales, and that crushes per unit revenue. The trap is the discounting. The fix is building a large catalog so volume compensates for thin margins. Udemy gets you students on day one, but the platform takes a big cut and slashes your price. Number 8 flips that completely. This is the paid newsletter model. You write a free email newsletter on a narrow topic, you build a subscriber list, then you monetize with paid sponsorships, a paid subscription tier, or both. Platforms like Substack and Beehiiv handle everything. Once you have a loyal list, income recurs monthly. The newsletter is the product. It costs $0. Substack is free and takes 10% of paid subscriber revenue. Beehiiv has a free tier for up to 2,500 subscribers. The first paying sponsor typically shows up once you have 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers. That takes 3 to 6 months of consistent publishing. Sponsorship rates for newsletters typically range from $20 to $50 per 1,000 subscribers per send. That is, per newsletter industry benchmarks. So, a list of 5,000 free subscribers can earn $100 to $250 per sponsored email. Substack reported more than 35 million active subscriptions on the platform as of 2024, per Substack's public blog. You must comply with the CAN-SPAM Act. That means a physical mailing address in every email, an unsubscribe link, and honest subject lines. A P.O. box works fine. The trap is writing fatigue. If you miss a few weeks, then open rates collapse. The passive part only kicks in once sponsorship revenue justifies a lighter schedule or a virtual assistant. But this ranks higher than everything before it because you own the audience directly. No algorithm sits between you and your readers. Email open rates of 30 to 40% crush social media reach rates of 1 to 5%. Sponsors pay recurring fees, and revenue compounds as your list grows. Number 9. Vending machines. Before you roll your eyes, hear the math. You buy a used vending machine for $1,000 to $3,000. You place it in a high-traffic location like an office building, a gym, or a laundromat. You stock it with snacks or drinks for $50 to $100. The machine collects money 24 hours a day. You restock once or twice a week. That is one of the most genuinely passive physical businesses that exists. The first customer shows up immediately. You plug in the machine, load it, and it starts selling. The National Automatic Merchandising Association, called NAMA, reports that the U.S. vending industry generates roughly $25 to $30 billion in annual revenue. The average machine earns about $75 to $100 per week in gross revenue. Gross margins on snacks and drinks run 50 to 60%. That works out to roughly $30 to $50 a week in net profit per machine after product cost, location commission, and maintenance. Most states require a general business license and a sales tax permit. Some cities need a specific vending machine license, usually $25 to $100 per year. General liability insurance is strongly recommended, roughly $300 to $600 per year. The trap is bad locations. A machine in a dead hallway earns nothing. Most beginners place their first machine wherever they can get a yes instead of where foot traffic actually exists. The business lives or dies on location quality. 10 machines in good locations can produce $1,500 to $2,000 a month in net profit. The main barrier is the upfront cost. Number 10. The one almost nobody talks about in passive income videos, and the one with the highest ceiling on this list. This is micro SaaS. That is, a small software tool that solves one narrow problem for one specific group of people and charges a monthly subscription. A booking tool for dog groomers, a review request tool for dentists, a simple invoice tracker for freelancers. You build it once and customers pay every month. The product runs on a server with no inventory, no shipping, and no physical presence. It costs $0 to $50 to start, free if you can code, or if you use no-code tools like Bubble, Softer, or Glide. A domain is $12. Hosting on a platform like Vercel or Railway starts free and stays under $20 a month until you have paying users. The first paying customer comes from direct outreach in niche online communities: Reddit, Facebook groups, indie hacker forums, LinkedIn messages. Product Hunt is useful for launch visibility, and long-tail search traffic grows over time. Solo operators in the Bootstrap SaaS community typically report reaching $1,000 in monthly recurring revenue within 12 to 18 months. Indie Hackers, which is a community of bootstrapped founders, publicly lists hundreds of solo products with self-reported monthly revenue from a few hundred to over $100,000 per month. SaaS margins are typically 70 to 90% per industry benchmarks from firms like SaaS Capital and KeyBank Capital Markets. A micro SaaS tool with just 100 customers paying $30 a month produces $3,000 a month in revenue. Almost all of that is profit. Every new customer adds to the total without requiring new work. There is no platform taking a 63% cut, no algorithm that can erase your traffic overnight, no physical machine to restock. If you handle personal data, you need to comply with applicable privacy laws. The California Consumer Privacy Act applies if you have California users. Terms of service and a privacy policy are functionally required. An LLC is strongly recommended, with filing costs of $50 to $500 depending on the state. The trap is building something nobody wants. Most first-time founders spend months building a product based on their own assumptions, instead of talking to customers first. The fix is simple. Find 10 people who have the problem. Ask them what they currently pay to solve it. Build only if the answer is not nothing. The closing advice. Peter Levels is a Dutch solo founder. No venture capital, no employees, no computer science degree from an elite university. He built multiple profitable software products, including Nomad List and Remote OK, from a laptop while traveling. Nomad List reportedly earns over $200,000 a year in revenue. Remote OK reportedly earns over $1 million a year. Those numbers come from his own public revenue dashboard on his website. He built every product himself using basic tools. He validated each idea publicly on Twitter, and he charged money from day one. Levels has said publicly that his method is to ship a product in a weekend, charge for it immediately, and let the market tell him if it is worth continuing. He has launched over 70 projects and most of them failed. The ones that worked became his passive income. Here is something you can do this week. Pick one small, annoying problem that a specific group of people complains about in an online community you already read. Do not build anything yet. Post in that community. Ask 5 people what they currently pay to deal with that problem. Write down their answers. If even 2 of them are spending money on an imperfect solution, then you have a micro SaaS idea worth building. That costs nothing and takes about an hour. Everything in this video is general information, not legal, tax, or financial advice. Talk to a professional before making business or tax decisions. If any of this was useful, subscribing is free, and it helps the channel keep making these.